Imagine finding out your mother told a friend you were away on a shagging weekend. Now imagine that friend is a convicted paedophile.
Kinsey, even more revelations about Andrew Matt Bowden-Windsor's conduct in the latest Epstein document dump.
His daughters when they got on an airplane with their mother to visit the convicted sex offender shortly after he was.
Freshly uncovered emails have thrown the royal family into turmoil, exposing shocking ties between Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie and the infamous Jeffrey Epstein. In a groundbreaking revelation, emails now publicly available reveal the disturbing extent of the relationship between the royal sisters and the disgraced financier. These emails, which span from 2010 to 2019, show not only the financial transactions between Epstein and the princesses, but also reveal a dark secret. Their mother, Sarah Ferguson, played a key role in facilitating these deals. Before moving forward, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel for daily updates. Epstein, a known predator and financier, transferred a staggering £20 million to Beatrice and Eugenie. At first glance, these payments could be mistaken for loans or gifts. However, the sinister truth begins to surface. These funds were no mere exchange. They were payments for silence, hush money for the princesses who had witnessed Epstein's sordid dealings firsthand. Now, what's truly shocking is that the palace knew. Everyone involved had to know that such large sums were not simply charity. The emails paint a chilling picture. One message from 2012 speaks about keeping the princesses happy and cooperative in exchange for financial rewards. Another from 2015 hints at the need for continued discretion, alluding to the secretive nature of the arrangement. These payments were carefully orchestrated. According to sources, the funds were split into multiple wire transfers, deliberately routed through offshore accounts in places like the Cayman Islands and Switzerland. The reason for this was clear: to avoid detection. The princesses, who were teenagers when they first came into Epstein's circle, were now being bought for their silence. But it doesn't stop there. The emails also showed disturbing language from Sarah Ferguson, their mother, who referred to Epstein as a legend and even begged him for money to pay off her debts. She had become deeply entangled with Epstein, even going so far as to offer up her daughters as a means to secure financial stability. In one particularly unsettling email, Ferguson even referred to Eugenie's shagging weekend, showing just how much she objectified her own daughter. It wasn't about family bonds or protection. It was about using her daughters as pawns in a game of money and power. So why did Epstein pay £20 million to Beatrice and Eugenie? Simple. They were witnesses. They saw things that could have exposed him. Instead of speaking out, they took the money and stayed silent. It's clear from these emails that Ferguson acted as the middleman, ensuring her daughter's silence in exchange for financial support. But why? The timing is telling. As investigations into Epstein heated up, so did the money. It was as if each new revelation was met with another round of payments to keep the princesses quiet. But here's where it gets even darker. The emails also imply that Sarah Ferguson was in love with Epstein. Yes, you heard that right. In 2010, she referred to Epstein as a legend, even telling him to marry her. She had gone from financial desperation to relying on a man with a dangerous reputation. Her desperation for money drove her to a dangerous level of submission where she was willing to offer up her daughters. And it's not just a one-off comment. The entire email trail paints a disturbing picture of a woman willing to sacrifice her family's dignity for financial stability. So let's pause for a second and think about the magnitude of this. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, was supposed to be a protective mother, guiding her daughters through the complexities of royal life. Yet she wasn't protecting them, she was using them as leverage for personal gain. And while Ferguson was negotiating these deals, what was the palace doing? The emails show the palace's involvement in the secrecy surrounding the payments, but they remained silent when the public needed answers. The reality is, when Epstein's name started making headlines for all the wrong reasons, the palace was already working to sweep things under the rug. They were more interested in protecting the monarchy than holding anyone accountable. The timing of these payments is chilling. Each payment was made around significant moments in the Epstein investigations, right before key witnesses came forward. Just as documentaries were shedding light on Epstein's dark world, the money would move. It's no coincidence. It was a calculated effort to protect Epstein's associates, including the royal family. But here's what the question remains unanswered. How much did the princesses actually know? According to insiders, they were not fully aware of just how close their parents' relationship was with Epstein. The shocking truth is that the money came in after the princesses had spent time at Epstein's properties and had been involved in trips to his private islands. What did they see? What could they have exposed? And why did they remain silent, even when it could have helped the victims of Epstein? The emails don't explicitly tell us what the princesses witnessed, but the sheer size of the payment, £20 million, suggests that there was something serious to hide. And despite the money, there has been no public comment from Beatrice and Eugenie, no legal challenge to the documents that have now been exposed, and no apology for their silence. Their silence itself speaks volumes. It's clear that the royal family will protect their own at all costs, even if it means silencing those who could help expose a major scandal. The emails make it clear the system is built to protect the powerful, regardless of the cost to others. So, now the question is, what happens next? As the victims of Epstein continue to fight for justice, the princesses, despite their powerful position, have remained silent. Their silence has been bought, and the money continues to speak louder than the truth. The world is still waiting for an answer, but will it ever come? The truth is out there, but how much longer will it stay hidden? The only thing we can be sure of is that the royal family will continue to do whatever it takes to maintain their image, no matter who gets hurt in the process.